ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show. We do want to say good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Monday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Chat Daddy. Glad to be back with you guys on a wonderful Monday. Today is technically the last day of, I always mess it up when I say it, but meteorological winter. And tomorrow actually is not the official day of spring, but in the meteorology world, tomorrow's the first day of spring. So very good. We've made it so far. It was a beautiful day here in the Chicagoland area, and we're supposed to have great weather all week long. Well, as you guys all know, we've been celebrating Black History Month in a really big way here on the Real Chat Daddy Show. And tonight is no exception to the rule. In honor of today being the last day of Black History Month 2021, we welcome to the show two gentlemen who are making epic histories through their careers and life callings. Our first guest tonight that we'll meet belongs to the esteemed Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater. Chicago's very own Mr. Solomon Dumas will be joining us. He was the 2019-2020 season poster for the dance company, and he has a wonderful story to share about how he found out about dancing here in Chicago and how now he dances for one of the most premier dance companies in the world, renowned, I should say. And also joining us tonight is health and lifestyle specialist, Mr. Jeff Cade. He is the author of the book Battleground Cancer: Managing Your Mental, Physical, and Spiritual Well-Being for the Fight. Jeff is always about the overall well-being of people. So tonight he'll talk to us about gearing ourselves up to move into the next phase, which with spring, I can't talk tonight, being right around the corner, it is perfect to be able to talk to him tonight about what we need to be doing. Sitting in the co-host chairs, our good friend, Miss Kay Renee of Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge. Good evening, happy Monday, happy last day of Black History Month, and welcome back to the show.
Well, good evening, Chat Daddy, and good evening to our viewing audience. And even though today is technically the last day of Black History Month, every day is Black History. So,
yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I hope everyone had a good weekend. I can't believe, February hopefully is ending like a lamb and not roaring
Yes.
out like a lion.
Yes.
So, you know, the weekend it was good for me. I got together with my sisters because one of my sisters is leaving the Chicago nest.
Oh, is she moving to warmer weather?
She's moving out west, and I couldn't
Okay.
be more happy for her, but I'm gonna miss her. But I did tell her, I said I'll be coming to visit on a regular basis.
Good, good, very good. Well, we're happy for her. We hope that her journey is smooth. We send traveling grace and mercy with her. And then again, if she's moving out west, that gives you some place to go relax and enjoy yourself. And we
Hey,
know the weather out west past Denver is great weather.
that's right.
Yes, very good. What else did you do this weekend?
Just trying to stay out of trouble. For me, it's hard. Now spring is about to be sprung. I had no cuddle buddies for the winter.
Oh, no.
No cuddle buddies. No
Well, winter is
applications
not.
for cuddle buddies. So
You said what now?
no applications were sent to me for cuddle buddies. So
Oh, well, don't worry about it. There's always next year. And you know how we always say on this show, keep high hopes and something good will come your way. Don't worry about it.
I will take
Yes.
that advice, Chat Daddy.
And then here's the deal. You can have yourself a hot girl summer.
And I plan to.
See, you could have yourself a hot girl summer. As of today, the city of Chicago and the state of Illinois has lifted the mask and vaccine requirements to enter into most public places. This includes restaurants and bars. And so, K Renee, since you didn't find a cuddle buddy this winter season, today is the official day that we can go lip naked. As I told somebody, butt ass lip naked. You could do that as of today. Maybe, with your hot girl summer, you might meet somebody. So I take it you still want them to have a mask on. Am I right?
I will be wearing a mask until June-November 2025. So
How about that?
we will not, whenever I'm out, I will still wear a mask. Interestingly enough, when I was out with my sisters last night in the southern suburbs, it was packed. I was kind of surprised, and then everybody was like so happy that they didn't have to wear a mask. But the servers as well as management wore masks throughout dinner service, which I was glad to see. But people are they're just happy. But I'm still wearing my mask. I'm not crazy.
Right. Yes, absolutely. Very good. Well, people want to be free. They want to do what they want to do, but we're still not out of the woods with this yet. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
not
So
at
we
all.
don't know. Yes, we do not know what this will look like. I saw where a couple of the news reporters were out today talking to people at various places. People were in restaurants, still had masks on. I talked to
Mm-hmm.
two people who were out and about today. One of my dear friends, she called me just before the show came on, and she was in a grocery store in the hood. And I said, "Well," she said, "No, honey, everybody still had a mask on." So
Mm-hmm.
yes, yeah.
Yeah,
I
because when
think
I went
it's
when I went shopping over the weekend, grocery shopping, I was in Mariano's, near downtown. Everybody was wearing a mask. They're not. Nobody's gonna be stopping.
right. Yes. Hmm.
That's right,
Yes.
Scorpio. It's the only time.
Yes, yes, yes. Keep your lips clothed. Yes, amen. Yes, here go Candace. Is it Juvember yet? No, it
Not
is
yet,
not
sweetie.
Juvember
We got
yet.
a
It is
wild
not
ways to go.
Juvember yet. No, it is not Juvember as of yet. We got a ways to go, and it's not 2025 yet.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll see how this all works out. I got a feeling that this is going to be a black and white thing. I got a feeling it's going to be it's almost going to boil down to the have and have nots when it comes to this, because you're going to have people of our own race that wasn't wearing a mask right or properly to begin with the mask hanging down here, covering up so it's going to be a wait and see. But I guarantee you, if you go to most places that the demographic is different than ours, they probably won't be having a mask on for sure.
For sure.
Yes. All right. Well, with that being said, Illinois public health officials reported 1,831 new COVID cases. We had 12 additional fatalities as of Monday. As of Saturday, it was reported that we had 2,508 new cases. And on Sunday, we had 816 new cases, along with 70 deaths on Saturday and 27 more deaths on Sunday. Now, Sunday's number is really good, only 816 people, but I'm looking at the number of deaths on Saturday of 70 people, which is still quite a bit. And so, from my understanding, the news outlets won't be necessarily reporting the COVID cases anymore as much as they'll be discussing the hospitalizations. And I don't know if they would mention the deaths in that, but I'm still puzzled, the fact that we had 70 deaths in one day, and this is diminishing quite a bit. So, that's something to be worried about or to look at. Let me see. The 7-day average of new cases is down to 1,831. It's the lowest it's been since August 1st. There has now been a total of 3,031,892 total cases of COVID-19 here in the state of Illinois, and that includes 32,763 deaths since the beginning of the pandemic. As of Sunday night, you had 943 patients in the hospital here in the state of Illinois battling COVID-19. This is the lowest number of people in the hospital since July 31st of last year. Of those patients, 157 are in the ICU and 82 are on ventilators. So we wish everybody well with that situation. But the numbers are dropping. That death total number is just kind of shocking, but it is what it is. All right. So what are your thoughts on that, K. Renee?
I agree with you. I'm very puzzled as to why, if our hospitalization, if the cases are going down, but the number of fatalities are going up, something is kind of skewed here. You just got to wonder, are the numbers really accurate? That's
Right.
just my concern.
Yes.
As an
Yes.
auditor, I still think about that. Okay, what are the controls here, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
I don't know whether or not these numbers are really accurate because you can't tell. Because logically speaking, if the number of cases go down, that means the number of fatalities should go down, but they're
Yes.
not.
Right. Right. So I don't know. It's just a weird situation. We'll have Dr. Janet Seabrook on with us when we come back to, from our hiatus for Women's History Month. So we're able to talk a little bit more about that. But it
Right.
just makes you wonder. Well, Kay Renee, there was so much that has happened since we were last on the
Oh my
air.
goodness. Yes.
We have a plethora of things to cover before our guests come on. I guess we should talk about the fact that the first Black woman ever to sit on the Supreme Court, that happened. Uh,
Yes.
she's being vetted, as they would say. So why don't we talk a little bit about this historic moment? And here's the beautiful piece: ending Black History Month, going into Women's History Month. I can't wait to hear what you have to say about this.
Well, first and foremost, because when I heard the news, I immediately posted on my social media. I mean, before the regular media did, I was like, "Oh, this is wonderful," because we knew one thing that President Biden said in his speeches before he was elected, that if he were elected, he was going to nominate an African American woman to the Supreme Court. It has been
Yes.
long overdue, but Ms. Ketanji Brown Jackson,
Yes.
who is 51. She's a Virgo, y'all, so she's on her business.
Oh
One
Lord.
Virgo woman to another.
Oh
Okay?
my God.
But she
Let
graduated
me
from
put this in there. She's married.
yes.
She has two daughters. She
Yes.
went to Harvard. She
Harvard,
was
yes.
born in Washington but raised in Miami.
Yes.
Parents, public school teacher. She is married to a doctor,
Mm-hmm.
and she graduated magna cum laude from Harvard, like
Yes.
our former president, Barack
That's
Obama.
correct. And
Oh boy.
she was part of the Harvard Law Review. So from what
Mhm.
I've been hearing, this woman is on point.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
She is liked by Democrats. She's even liked by Republicans. So it's
Nice.
going to be very interesting when she is going through the process. But
Hmm.
I'm so glad to say that I've been in this space to see a sister going to be a judge on the highest court of the land. Because there's, before even President Biden made his choice, he had two other capable,
Yes.
intelligent
Yes.
women. So it was like, okay, who I'm going to choose. And so, congratulations first and foremost, because this is very historic. Given what the news has been happening globally with Ukraine, it was
Hmm.
nice to see this news hit during Black History Month. And as you mentioned earlier, the close of Black History Month and the beginning of Women's History Month. So,
Yes. Beautiful.
congratulations, Judge, because she is a judge in D.C., Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson. And we know we're going to see great things from her. And let's just say this: she is the first nominee who is also a public defender.
Yes. Yes, she is. Absolutely.
Yes.
So she knows it from the ground up. She's also a member of Delta Sigma Theta
Okay.
Incorporated. Yes,
I
that's the
figured
sorority
that.
she belongs to. And
I
so
figured that.
I'm very happy for her. This is just incredible. When will we
Yes.
know whether or not everything has gone through for her? Because doesn't she have to
Well,
go?
she has to go through the process like most all. Remember the last judge who
Right.
had some serious issues
Amy
beforehand.
Coney Barrett. Amy Coney Barrett.
Right. Yes.
Yes.
So she has to go through that process. I would suspect that after the State of the Union address that President Biden will talk about tomorrow, he gonna have a lot to talk about, and I'm
Baby,
sure.
a
And
lot.
I wouldn't be surprised, Art, if our potential Supreme Court justice will be present at the State of the Union address tomorrow night.
Yes.
I would not be
Absolutely.
surprised.
I would not be surprised as well either. Well, speaking of
Yes.
hotbed issues that are happening right
Ugh.
now, as you guys have heard, we are at war again, I guess, and not so much the United States, but Russia has invaded Ukraine. It's been heart wrenching to watch on the news the thousands and thousands of women and children trying to get out of the Ukraine to get into other countries. The men between the ages of 16 and 60.
Gotta stay.
60.
They must stay in the country to fight.
I hope they don't pull that here in the United States. Because I just would not be able to go to war. I just would not be able to. No.
You'll see how much if that happened here. There will be a lot of brothers. I don't care what color they are. They're gonna be flying. They're gonna be going to Canada or Mexico. They will not, But
do you understand me?
here's the thing. Here's the thing. First of all, our prayers go out to all the country of Ukraine because there is no way in hell one person who I call a dictator has the right to tell another country, well, I want you back in the fold. No, sweetheart, you have a country. Deal with that. And see,
Right.
this is what happens when you think you own the world. There's severe consequences now because he is incited this war, and we all know what I'm talking about. His name starts with a V. His last name starts with a P, and he's just really, I don't know if he's mentally straight.
I've been saying that as well, too. I've been saying that, too. I used to call him all the time Putin and farting, Putin and farting, Putin and farting. Because every time I hear his name, I just giggle. I have to. I have to. So Debbie had a question about how is Clarence going to feel about...
I could give a rat's, you know what. He better be glad that he's still on the court because he old as you know what. So,
right.
even though the reason why this opening came about, if you guys didn't know, that Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer, whom of which Judge Ketanji clerked under, okay, is retiring from the court. So, as we all know, when a Supreme Court justice either retires or passes on, it is up to the president to make his or her, because that can come real soon too, their selection to be nominated to be on the Supreme Court.
Yes,
so
yes.
That gives me hope that if we see a black woman as a Supreme Court justice, it's not that far along when we'll see a black woman president.
Yes, well, that would be great. That really would. So listen, let's get back to the Ukraine situation. Debbie asked a question. She said, have we seen where Africans are having a hard time at the border? I was seeing that and I thought how sad that even somewhere like that, people of color are being treated like that. But the Ukrainian people are very snobbish anyway. They're very snobbish people. But let me tell you guys why you should not snooze on Ukraine. We need Ukraine more than anything, but Russia wants everything that Ukraine has. Right. Ukraine is the second place in Europe and the 10th place in the world with titanium on reserve. Okay? They're the second and 10th place in the world. No, they're the second place in the world as far as magnesium goes. They are the second largest place in the world with iron reserves. They are the third largest place in the world when it comes to they're the fourth largest when it comes to gas. There's a gas pipeline. That's why gas is so expensive right now. They're the fourth place in the world. Right. Yep. They are the number one place in the world that exports sunflower and sunflower oil. They are the fourth place in the world. No, they're the second place in the world in barley production, fourth place in the world in barley export. They're the third largest producer and the fourth largest producer of corn in the world. So things are getting ready. Potatoes, beef products, wheat, chicken eggs, cheese, you name it, ammonia, Matter of fact, they are the third place in Europe and 11th place in the world in terms of rail networking length. So they have the longest railroad system, all of that in the world. So we're going to need them for some things. I mean, clay, defense products, steel products, you name it, it all comes from the Ukraine. And gas is getting higher and higher.
Art, when I was filling up the car before, returning it yesterday, I had to fill it up, and I was just aghast. I saw $4 in one station. I saw almost $5. I said, "Oh my God!" And it's not getting any better. It is going to be worse. And we know when summer hits, everybody want to be on the road. They're going to be really trying to stay at home or taking the scooter, the divvy bike, something to get from point A to point B, because it's crazy.
Yes, it is. It really, really is. Thank you, Scorpio love. I appreciate you. I really do. All right. Well, Kay Renee, what you got for us tonight? Let's get this party started.
Well,
SAG Awards, NAACP.
Huh?
SAG Awards and NAACP Awards.
I mean, what can we say? Before we talk about that, I just want to say this. We are all social media advocates, right? But I'm going to say this. You better be. I'm going to say this is a cautionary tale for don't be putting everything out on social media.
Amen.
Now, there's an executive who no longer has a job today.
And a $10 million job.
A $10 million job. And he was one of the major brands of Estee Lauder. Now, my mom used to wear Estee Lauder to the hilt. But this gentleman, as Art said, made $10 million. He was fired. And guess why he was fired, y'all? Because he posted a meme and used the N-word jokingly on his personal Instagram page. Now, let me get the story real quick.
Lordy.
John Dempsey, 65, was forced out of this company, Estee, for portraying Big Bird, making it a racial slur. Now, you know you don't do that. That's a cardinal sin. Don't be posting nothing about Big Bird.
Right.
But he made $9.6 million a year, and he oversaw MAC and Clinique, two of the company's most biggest brands.
Yes, he
had
did.
been with the company for 31 years. And of course he apologized. But see, he thought by apologizing...
I'm losing you?
I'm here, babe. Can you hear me?
Am I... Uh-oh, did I lose you?
I'm here.
Uh-oh.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can. You froze up there for a minute, but that's okay. Go ahead. Uh-oh.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Go ahead. Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. You're just frozen, but I can hear you.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Well, I was saying about Mr. Dempsey, rather. He's been with the company at Estee Lauder for 31 years. Of course, he apologized, but that don't mean nothing. Because, see, when you make a racial slur, and he did, he was fired. And see, this is a cautionary tale for a lot of executives who think they can get away with murder. But most executives and most companies have, as you move up that corporate ladder, they give what is called a morals clause. And for those who don't know what a morals clause, let me just break it down. It's really a provision in your contract that says you're going to toe the line and you're not going to engage in any crazy behavior. And unfortunately, with Mr. Dempsey, he went off the rails and he paid for it. So just be careful, y'all. When you post stuff on there, that's derogatory. And especially if you're working for somebody else, just know Big Brother does watch you.
He does. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. For some reason, my camera has gone out tonight. I don't know what the deal is, but as long as you guys can still hear me, I'll just have to be an avatar this evening. I have no idea what happened with the camera, so we'll figure it out in just a little bit as we move on. But can you hear me okay?
I can hear you fine, and I love your avatar, but I'd rather see you, sweetie.
I know, darling. I don't know what has happened. I hate when this happens. I can see myself in the back room, but when I go to add me to the system, I all you get is my avatar. So I'm so
Oh,
sorry about that. So I don't know
it's
what happened with the camera. And we're in the middle of the show. So let's continue on. So this past weekend,
yes.
we had two major award shows to happen.
Mm-hmm.
One of the award shows was, of course, the NAACP Awards. As we all know, our good brother, Mr. Anthony Anderson, the star of Blackish, hosted the
Mm-hmm.
NAACP Image Awards. He's been doing this now for the last 7 years. It's been seven
Wow.
years that Anthony Anderson has been hosting this. Actor Samuel L. Jackson was presented with the NAACP Chairman's Award. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, was presented with the President's Award. And what I love more than anything, Meghan Markle's mom, Dora Ragland, joined her daughter and the prince on the stage for the 53rd annual NAACP Image Awards on Saturday. The mom looked great,
Yes, she
a very
did.
demure black dress, looked very beautiful and regal. And so that was really good to be able to see her there. And just all of that was wonderful. Congratulations to Chicago's very own Miss Jennifer Hudson. She
Mm-hmm.
was voted Entertainer of the Year for her portrayal of Aretha Franklin. She did an outstanding job. Thank you, Scorpio Love. I appreciate you. I'm so sad about the avatar tonight, but we're going to let the party keep rolling. We also want to congratulate Mr. Will Smith. He won for Outstanding Actor in a Motion Picture, and of course, the picture King Richard.
Yes.
Congratulations to Issa Rae for Outstanding Comedy Series. Congratulations to Mr. Anthony Anderson on Outstanding Actor in a Comedy Series for the show Blackish. Who else do we need? Oh, Mr. Dion Cole, Chicago's very own. Congratulations to him for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series. And also, do you remember Cree Summer?
Oh, yes, a different world and Inspector Gadget.
Yes. Well, Cree Summer won an award for Outstanding Character Voiceover Performance for Rugrats. So
Oh,
we're just
wow.
very excited for that and just wonderful on that. Now, also this past weekend was the 2022 SAG Awards, another
Mm-hmm.
chance for people to come out, get dressed, enjoy themselves, all of that. This was this past weekend. What touched me more than anything was Michael Keaton receiving his award. He just touched me in so many different ways by what he said, how he said it, and just all of it. Just amazing. So, shout out to him. Did you get a chance to catch any of this?
I did not, but I did get a chance to see the outtakes. To see Michael Keaton, who was in the bathroom, he had to like, oh please, look. When he heard he won, he had to literally make a mad dash to get to the stage, which I
I
thought was
know.
hilarious.
I
But
know.
he
Wasn't
was
that
so
something?
gracious. And then, of course, I did see Will Smith's acceptance speech because he won Best Actor, and just giving honor and gratitude to the Williams family, the sisters, his wife, Richard Williams' wife, Venus's and Serena's mother, the actresses that played in the film. It was really, you could tell it was like a full circle moment, a very surreal moment for Will. And then I did hear the movie Coda won Best Picture, and that's interesting because most of the cast, correct me if I'm wrong, Art, were physically impaired. Is that right? The hearing
Yes,
impaired? Is that
absolutely.
yes,
Yes, absolutely. Uh-huh.
yes.
Matter of
So
fact, one of the gentlemen won, and he was hearing impaired. And no one has won an award like that since Marley Matlin, who is also from Chicago. And she is
wow,
a person with a disability as well, too, hearing impaired. Absolutely. Yes.
wow. So it's an interesting, gonna be an interesting foray because usually the SAG Awards is the beginning event for event season, award season. So you got the Golden Globes next, and then of course the big daddy of them all, the Academy Awards that'll happen next month. So we
Yes.
shall see.
All right, very good. Well, for those of you all that are just joining us, welcome to the Monday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. I apologize to you guys that I'm an avatar tonight. Was not my intention to be an avatar, but I am. My camera went out on me during the show, so we'll have to check all that. And I don't want to stop the show because we have two amazing guests joining us this evening. In the co-host chair is the amazing Miss K. Renee of Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge, and we just truly appreciate her being here. Coming up in just a little bit, Alvin Ailey Dance Theater is returning back to Chicago this coming Wednesday, and we have the honor and pleasure of welcoming one of their dancers on in just a little bit. Let's talk a little bit more, Kay Renee, about what else is going on in the news while I work on some things behind the scenes.
Well, besides the Academy Award, the SAG Awards and the NAACP, what's really interesting about what I'm really glad to see with Black History, even though today is the official last day, a lot of people really want to know more about contributions that African Americans have made in all aspects in this country and even around the world. So, anywhere you go in social media, you're finding more information about our people, our ancestors. And that's really good to see. As we're closing out one significant genre, then tomorrow begins Women's History Month. And we're going to have a lot of women who've made significant contributions to our world. But I want to ask you, of when you were growing up, who was it that you really admired and you had the opportunity to, interview in your career?
Oh my God, I've interviewed everyone from Maya Angelou to Tommy Davidson. I've even gotten to interview Layla Hathaway, Luther Vandross, Phyllis Hyman. The list goes on and on. Ruby Dee. Just quite a few different people that I've had the honor and pleasure of interviewing. And it's just been, wonderful talking to so many people that are of Black history. Debbie Allen, comedians, you name it. I've had that pleasure and privilege, and it's been just wonderful. So, going from Black history to women's history is just really important more than anything.
Absolutely. And we were talking about Jennifer Hudson, who received the award for being outstanding in the movie Respect. Well, interestingly enough, talking about the Queen of Soul, the next generation had the opportunity to participate in American Idol.
Right.
The Queen's granddaughter, Grace Franklin, had a chance to show what she had among the judges: Katy Perry, Lionel Richie, and I think, is his name Luke Bryan? Yes. And hearing her, I had a chance to see the video. She has the pipes, but I can tell, Katy wanted her. Luke Bryan said no. Lionel Richie was like, I want to say yes, but he had to say no. But she definitely, I could tell, with more training and her just getting out of that shyness, she's going to be a showstopper.
Oh, absolutely. I thought the same thing as well, too. And in the right hands, she really would make a difference. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because she's only 15. And
isn't that amazing?
Even she said she didn't realize the impact her grandmother made globally. She just referred to her as grandma, which I found is so cool, right? But didn't realize my grandmother is the Queen of Soul.
Right. Yeah, she did a great job. She did a wonderful job. Yes. So I see big things coming for her. She actually performed on one of the entertainment shows, or better yet, I thought she performed at some benefit or something honoring her grandmother. So yeah, she's gonna do really well. We're not worried about that at all. No,
Not at
definitely
all.
not. Yes.
Not at all.
Okay, we got anything else in the news?
Well, since you were a former flight attendant, this news was very interesting. Um, I don't know how I don't know how I would have reacted, but apparently, a California woman was told in the middle of a flight to move in the back for Delta passengers who couldn't get their. I guess the thing was that they couldn't get their first class seats, and so the flight attendants had asked this woman to make room for two other passengers, and I was like, "What the f?"
Yes, isn't that horrible? I heard that story. I thought it was a sad story.
I said, it seemed like Camille Henderson. Again, she was asked to move to the back of the plane mid-flight to make room for two passengers who wait. Here's the thing, though, Art. They claimed to have first class tickets, but they couldn't produce them.
What? Well, that's like a story that recently happened on El Al, the airline that goes to Israel, and two people upgraded themselves during the flight. We talked about that. And they had to turn the flight back around because the people refused to get up from the seats and go back to their assigned seats.
Mm-hmm.
And they had to do that. But they put this woman out because they claimed they had first class seats.
Right. And she was traveling to Atlanta under Delta. But, let me ask you, as a former flight attendant, would you even what's the protocol for that?
Here's the deal. Was she flying standby or she had an actual ticket?
She had an actual ticket.
Yeah, they weren't supposed to do that. If she was booked to sit in that seat, there was no way in the world. Now, they could have asked her, ma'am, since you're one person, can we accommodate you? Can we do whatever? They usually would give you something like a free plane ticket or something to accommodate the fact that they're moving you. But if she was not a standby passenger, they should have never removed her out of first class. They should have never done that.
I feel a lawsuit coming about.
Okay, I do too. I really, really do. Well, in just a few moments, we're going to be welcoming our next guest. He'll be up in just a second. And we're excited to welcome him tonight. He's originally a Chicagoan who I had the chance to talk to him last week. And when we started talking last week, we instantly became friends. It's a Chicago thing. Look, once he said Harold's Chicken, it was a done deal. So I told him, I said, listen, I need you on the digital show. I said, look, I know I'm talking to you now, but we are honored. We want to pay homage to you, brother. You are from Chicago. You are a young Black man doing the damn thing, and you work for a very prestigious dance company. So what better way to close out our Black History Month than to welcome our next guest? Did you read his bio and all those great things about him?
Oh my goodness. He's just so talented. He's the only member to really move up the ranks with this prestigious dance company. So, and of course, he's Chicago's very own.
Yes, ma'am. The gentleman we're talking about is Mr. Solomon Dumas. He is the face of Ailey's 2019-2020 season poster. We'll have to talk to him about that as well, too, because that's when the world shut down. So after a 2-year hiatus, Alvin Ailey Dance Theater is back. They're opening up this coming Wednesday night here in Chicago, and they'll run until this coming Sunday. And one of our very own is one of the dancers. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome our brother, Mr. Solomon Dumas. Yay!
Good evening.
Hi,
can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Sorry.
And Solomon, I wanted to apologize. I'm not being shady tonight. The only reason why I'm an avatar is my camera went out early on in the show.
Yeah. Okay. So I logged in from my computer, and I think it has something to do with the computer because my camera wasn't working and my microphone wasn't working on the computer. So I'm on my phone right now.
That's okay.
So I received your message saying, "Where are you?" You were like, "Come on, where are you?" But I was on the computer and I was like, "Oh my God, I can't figure this out. So
I don't know what it is, but I apologize for being an avatar tonight.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that.
No, you fine. You're doing great. We're honored to have you here this evening just to honor you during Black History Month. You're a perfect guest to help us close out the month. When I spoke to you the other day, you were just one of the most fascinating young men ever. And I want people to see you and know who you are. So please introduce yourself and tell us all how you rose to this prestigious honor.
Well, thank you for having me. And I'm honored to be here with my people, my hometown people, my homies. So, and congratulations. I know we spoke briefly on the phone about your journey and pivoting and producing your own show. So congratulations about that. That's no easy feat.
Thank you.
Yeah. But my name is Solomon Dumas. I am from the south side of Chicago, born and raised. Born in a hospital that does not exist anymore. I was born at Michael Reese Hospital.
Yes.
And I grew up a little bit in Bronzeville. We lived in Lake Meadows before we moved further south to, so I'm from 76 and King Drive. I attended Betty Shabazz International Charter School, but I think at the time it was first a private school, and now it's now a charter school, and now they've expanded. I think they have a high school and everything. I think they've collaborated with Barbara Sizemore and DuSable and all of that. But attended Chicago Academy for the Arts. At that time, that was the only high school for the performing arts, and it was a private school. This was before Chi Arts, but I attended that. That was on the north side, 1010 West Chicago Avenue. And so I was always...
Did we lose him?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you, Solomon.
Alrighty. So I was always fascinated with arts and entertainment. My mom kept me busy. She was a single mother, so she kept me busy. She kept me in programs. And so I remember I wanted to be an actor. I started taking acting classes with ETA, Creative Arts Foundation, on, I think, the 75th in South Chicago.
Yes.
Black theater company. And so
absolutely,
I remember going to see plays and being amazed at the work and the level of excellence that was produced in that small theater. But nonetheless, those plays were really, I could connect to those plays. And so I told my mom I wanted to be an actor. And so I started taking classes there. And I was participating in some of the community productions and community theater plays there. And so my mom, I was telling Art a little bit about my story. My mom, one day she was driving, I think she was listening to V103, and the Alvin Ailey company was in town, and they interviewed some of the dancers, and they spoke about an outreach program that the organization gives around the country. They have like all of these different satellite programs. But it was really Mr. Ailey, Alvin Ailey's dream, that he wanted dance to, dance came from the people, and he wanted it to be delivered back to the people. And when he met the people, he met, because dance was always, considered a high art and an elitist art. And so, Mr. Ailey came up in the time where segregation was rampant. Not a lot of Blacks were able to study at schools. Segregation was real, and that transcended to the stage. It transcended to the stage and television. And so you didn't see a lot of us if we were doing it, we were really exceptional. And so anyway, he created this program for inner city, underserved, underrepresented youth. And so my mom forced me, because she said, well, I need you to learn how to dance too. You just can't be an actor. You need to learn how to act, sing, and dance. She grew up watching musical theater, like Ginger Rogers, Fred Astaire. That was her thing. And so she forced me to go to the camp. And I had fallen in love with it. I was immediately transformed. The arts were always healing, but dance was just like, it was therapeutic. It was healing. I learned discipline. And so I fell in love with what I was doing in the camp. And then I saw the company, and to see the company, that just really blew my mind. To see Black people doing what they do so excellently and so effortlessly and so confident, but then there was this vulnerability, and then their bodies were so beautiful and they looked so beautiful. And I remember the audience, their response, it was just like this roar from the audience, and everybody was just like transfixed at what they were seeing on stage. And I wanted to be a part of that. I knew that they traveled the world, and I wanted to do that. I was so like affected by it that I had become depressed when the company left the city. I was like, I want to do that. I want to go with them. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but this is what I want to do. And so since seeing the company, my life, I dedicated my life to being able to do what those people did on stage. I'm doing what we do now, I do now. And so,
Solomon, what an impressive story. It warms my heart to know, again, South Side of Chicago, we hear so many stories of doom, destruction, scratching just to survive, all of those things that we've heard. But now, you know, you and I were talking a little bit, the average day in life of a dancer. You know, you were telling me that you lug around your own pots and pans, you know, you eat a very strict diet. Can we talk about the average day of a dancer? Like, what was today like?
Well, I have to keep it real. I have my cheat days. So like we said, we spoke about Harold's chicken, and so I have my cheat days. But let me make sure I don't lose. Okay. Oh wow, it varies, but it's very demanding. So the schedule, we usually are in the theater at the top of the day. We usually come in sometimes as early as 10 o'clock to start our day. Now that COVID is a thing, we have to get tested every day. So we're getting COVID tested every day. So we have to come in and get tested, and then we'll warm up. We'll have rehearsals all day up until, you know, pretty much the show starts. Excuse me. And those rehearsals consist of running the program, addressing any mistakes that were made in previous performances, getting other casts up to speed, because we have so many different pieces that we do, and then we have different casts of those pieces. And sometimes, usually, you know more than one track in the cast. So one night you might see me do like the lead role in one piece, and then the other night you might see somebody else do the lead role in that same piece.
Gotcha.
But you might still see me in that piece, but in a more subordinate or more, you know, background work. And so we pretty much, we're learning everything. I know you guys know about Debbie Allen, and I can't take credit for this, but I remember scrolling, and this is just a little caveat. Debbie Allen spoke. She was speaking to her students, and she was basically saying, you guys need to know more than just what you think you know. You guys need to know everybody's part. You guys need to be able to step into any role at any moment, because anything can happen. And so that's what we're essentially that's what we're doing. And sometimes we have many performances in the morning for children. And so, our days are spent in the theater all day. Like I said, I've had to change my diet as I've gotten older. You know, when I was 16, I used to be able to eat whatever I wanted to. I'm 33 now. And so, you know, for so many reasons, obviously, I can't indulge the way I used to when I was 16. Because, you know, back in the day when you're 16 years old, you have endless energy. I was running around the city, and I was eating McDonald's and eating all of the, you know, I'm a big foodie. And I love sweets. So I've had to, for many reasons, I've had to sustain an anti-inflammatory diet. Because I noticed that, you know, food has really affected the way I feel, the way I wake, the way I think, and the way my joints feel, the way I fit in my costumes, the way my skin feels, the way my mood. And that diet consists of a lot of greens, a lot of raw greens. I still eat meat a little bit, but mostly fish. I try to stay away from a lot of sugars. You heard I have a sweet tooth.
Yes, we heard. We did.
I don't know if you guys know about Brown Sugar Bakery on 76.
Yes, Stephanie Hart. Yes.
Yes. The best the best caramel cake you could ever, imagine.
Yes,
Like, oh
yes.
my God, like I'm thinking about it right now. I will be stopping by there on Sunday so that I can have a slice of cake in the airplane on my way back to New York.
Okay. Look,
But
let me know. We're
that will
not
be
far from there. We're not
that
far
will
from there. We
that
might
will be
meet
my
you there.
cheat day. Come on,
Okay.
that will be my cheat day. I
All
will
right.
have it waiting for me after the show. So, like I said, a lot of things in moderation, but I try to stay away from the sweets and the dairy, keep it at a minimum because, sometimes that produces like a lot, how like singers,
Yes.
they stay away from dairy because it causes a lot of inflammation.
Yes.
Same for dancers, same for athletes.
K. Renee, I'm going to pass the microphone to you, but mind you, this is advice coming from a 33-year-old. I was like, oh, Lord, the 33-year-old is talking about inflammation. And, so it just goes to show you, no matter what the age, how you have got to take care of your body. K. Renee, go right ahead and go in and question our guests.
Well, first and foremost, Solomon, just very proud of you. But I know besides your mom, besides Debbie Allen, and even besides the great Alvin Ailey, who inspires you to be the absolute best?
Oh man. And you know what? And I don't want to sound cliche, but my coworkers, my colleagues, so many people have inspired me. I mean, that is the hardest question to answer. But right now, what's come to me first are my coworkers. We're in the trenches. Coming back from this pandemic has been it's been hard, to have, like, everybody's life has been affected by this in some way or some shape or form. And so to see how some of us have, not to put anybody's business out there, but some of us have contracted COVID at one point in time, and coming back from that, we know how it's affected people, and coming back from that, dealing with the residual effects of COVID, and trying to, perform 2-hour performances. The thing is that in our training, we were educated to make this look easy. But as you know, a lot of things that look easy are not easy. It's part of our pedigree. And so, but to see the commitment, to see people come back after losing family members, after, some people have broken up or gotten divorced because they ended up stuck in the house with somebody, and they finally got a chance to see, this isn't what I really want. And divorces, breakups are hard, and so not to put anybody's business out there, but
no, true.
This pandemic that we're still in has affected us mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and to see us come back to the stage, and to see us committed, and to see the hunger and fire that we all have, it's really inspiring. And so, to answer your question, that is that's what's come to me first. So many people from Chicago, though. So many people. Anybody from Chicago that has made it, my hats are off to you, because it's hard. Where we come from, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. We didn't have a lot of opportunities. There were some amazing things, amazing memories, I remember Bud Billiken parades. I remember the sense of community that I had. I remember people used to look out for you when you were younger, and people used to, it was a community. My mom was a single mother, but there were people in the community that used to watch me, and they used to look after me. And so that's inspiring to know that the humanity that existed, and it still exists in Chicago. That was inspiring, and that always propelled me forward.
Solomon, before we let you go, I want to find out what's next for you. I mean, I love the fact that you said, 33 years old, watching your diet. You're really an athlete. You are designed like, a well-oiled machine. But as we all know, as you age and time and things change. Absolutely. What would be your next goal in life? Where, you know, if we had to look down the road 5 to 10 years from now, where would you be? What would be going on with you?
Okay, I'm gonna put this in the atmosphere. Y'all heard it here first.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be. I plan to perform on Broadway. I plan to choreograph. I plan to. I want to choreograph for television and direct and do all. You know, Debbie Allen. I can't. This lady is 72 years old, and if you guys follow her on social media, she hustles like she's from Chicago.
That's right.
She hustles like she's from, because there's nobody that out hustles the Chicago person but Debbie Allen. And so that lady, 72 years old, she's like going live, teaching dance on, and she's not too grand to do it. You know what I mean? This lady has been on television, she's produced, she's done it all. And she's 72 years old, and she's like, hey, y'all, I'm opening up a school. I'm opening up, I'm teaching the children. I'm spreading culture throughout the community, and that's a perfect segue. I want to come back home and create an arts and education outreach program for young artists who want to make it in the entertainment industry. And so and that's going to start small, of course, but I want to give a series of workshops and master classes and intensives, small, you know, but just to continue the legacy of giving back. So many people have poured into me, and I want to come back to the community and pour into that community.
Oh my God, how well said. That was beautiful. What a perfect way to end a segment and to wrap up Black History Month. K. Renee, I'm gonna let you do your closing of our guests, and then I'll close out, and then we'll tell everybody how we all gonna bum rush the auditorium theater to go see our boy this weekend. How about that? So go right ahead, K. Renee.
Well, we are so proud of you, Solomon. You are our own now. You're part of this family. And talk about sweets. Even though, you know, when you come back, I got something for you. Because I baked the best sweet potato pie in the Midwest. So.
Oh, come through. I'm there. I have my fork ready. Where's my fork?
But that has to be on your cheat. That has to be on your cheat day. Because
Someday.
It had to be on your cheat day. But no, yes, I know your mom is proud of you. I know the ancestors are very proud, because, you know, looking at your name, Dumas, because, you know, there is I think his name was Alexander Dumas. Is it pronounced Dumas? Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
And
yes, ma'am.
So I'm wondering, have you done that genealogy trace to see if you're related to Alexander Dumas?
I haven't done that yet. But I did do a genealogy, African ancestry, ancestry DNA test. I did do that one. So the Black-owned one, the one that was Black-owned. So I did do that. But you know what? If I find out, I'm looking forward to those residual checks. I'm looking.
That's right.
That's right. Look, you heard it here first.
And I'll bring it back into the community. I'm putting it back into the community.
Well, listen, brother, you have been truly a treat. We are honored just to talk to you tonight. And once you do come back to Chicago and start working on whatever it is that you're going to do, please let us know however we can be of help to you, of service. I'm sure you'll need board members. You'll need people to help you out, all of that, because you truly are a shining example that not all things that come from the South Side of Chicago are negative. That's one of the reasons why I wanted people to see your face, know who you are, and to embrace you. And so it's an honor. Really, it is.
It's an honor to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
It is a pleasure. You guys, please go out this coming weekend. As you guys all know, they've dropped all the restrictions. I'm still going to be wearing my mask to Juvember of 2025. Right. But if you, yes. And when you go in, look, come on, brother. When you go, look, he's not on his mask. There you go. Very good. And when you go into theaters, you still must wear your mask. Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater will be at the Auditorium Theater March 2nd through the 6th, this coming Wednesday through Sunday. If you've ever had a chance to see Alvin Ailey Theater Company perform, you'll know it is just epic in so many different ways. And take your children, take your family. This will be really great for us to come out of what has been 2 years of uncertainty and go and enjoy some wonderful, wonderful dance theater. And this is one of the cast members who is from Chicago and worked his way from the bottom all the way up. And we are very proud of him tonight. Yes, we are. Yes, Solomon, can you tell people how they can find you, follow you, any of that? Oh, they love you, Solomon. They think this was great. Yes.
Blessings.
Yes.
You can find me on Facebook, Solomon Dumas, and then you can find me on Instagram, Solemn, SOLEMN _ on Instagram, and Solomon Dumas on Twitter.
Yes, very good. Well, you did an outstanding job tonight. So is tomorrow a travel day for you guys?
Yeah, we perform we're in Madison right now, and we perform tomorrow night, and we're gonna get on the bus after the performance and head to Chicago.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, safe travels. I will be there on Wednesday night for opening night, so I'm looking forward to that. And if you come out south to get that cake, we're going to meet you at Brown Sugar Bakery. How about that?
Yes, sir.
We'll be your fan club cheering you on at Brown Sugar.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir. Thank you,
Solomon,
so much.
Thank you so very much. We appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've not bought your tickets yet, please support the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater. They're at the Auditorium Theater, which is on Ida B. Wells, you guys, South Loop. They'll be there from March 2nd through the 6th. And this is one of Chicago's very own. So we're very proud of you, sir. Thank you again. Have a great night. Safe travels, and we'll see you when you get here.
Alrighty.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Pleasure. This is incredible. All right. Bye-bye. That was amazing. Wasn't that wonderful? He's a great young man. Yes, that was excellent.
Yes, he is.
For those of you all that are just joining us, welcome to the Monday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am so sorry. I'm just an avatar tonight, you guys, but the camera went out, and then Solomon said he had trouble logging in. So hopefully you guys are still enjoying the show. This will be our last show until next week. We'll come back with a Women's History Month like no other. So we'll be back Monday, March 7th, I think it is. And we will make it do what it do then. We have one more guest joining us in just a few moments. K. Renee, what else is going on? Wasn't he great? He was just such an amazing young man.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, Chicago's very own. I love it.
Yes. Isn't that something?
I absolutely love it. Yes.
How did you do Candid Conversations this past weekend?
No, we're on hiatus as well. We won't be back until March the 12th because my podcasting sister, she'll be celebrating her dad's 80th birthday.
Wow, how wonderful is that?
Yes, but when we come back on the 12th, we're going to be having a serious, candid conversation on 3 letters, Art. CRT. Critical Race Theory.
See, and I didn't get what that was, but I got it now. Critical Race Theory.
Yes.
Okay, so please.
And guess who the guest is going to be?
Who?
Your cousin, Dr. Cynthia Howard Sims, who happens to be one of my dearest friends.
You're kidding me. You're kidding me. Oh boy, we love her. We do. We are. That is wonderful. Very, very good. All right. Well, when you ladies return back March 12th, everybody will be excited for that. And then we'll return back on this show Monday, March 7th to kick off our Women's History Month celebration. We have a lot of great women. Well, our last guest this evening is helping us to close out Black History Month. He is really a great guy. He's a health lifestyle specialist. He's an author. When I met Jeff a few years ago, we were both sharing stories about our cancer battle. And Jeff had written a wonderful book about, knowing about your health struggles, how to make yourself feel better, do better, because a lot of times when you've been diagnosed with something like cancer and any other immune diseases that you don't know the outcome of it, it's important that you put on your armor to be able to battle. And his book, Battleground Cancer, Managing Your Mental, Physical, and Spiritual Well-Being for the Fight, was really a great read. And he continues to be an amazing motivational speaker. And I think you and him might have went to the same high school, you said, huh?
You know, Art, I know you get tired of hearing this, but you know I
I
always say there are
yes.
dolphins everywhere, y'all. So yes, he did go to Whitney M. Young High School.
Well, I'm glad last year you all made me an official dolphin. So
yes, you are a dolphin now.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate being an unofficial official dolphin. I really do.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Our good friend, motivational speaker, lifestyle specialist, and author of a really great book, the one and only Mr. Jeff K. Yay! Good evening, sir.
Hey, what's going on? How you guys doing? Is there a dolphin in the house?
Hi, dolphin. Yes. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on? I'm blessed by the best. 86 style in the house.
What, class 84, honey?
Okay.
Wow. Jeff, I want to apologize to you. I'm normally not an avatar, but for some reason in the early part of the show tonight, my camera went out. So we don't cancel shows. We keep the party moving. So I apologize just being an avatar, but I'm so excited to welcome you here tonight. Every time I've had the honor and pleasure of talking to you, it's always just been such a powerful and heartfelt conversation. So if you could, please introduce yourself to the audience, tell them a little bit about yourself, and then let's get into your topic of the evening tonight.
Hey, I appreciate that, Art. Thank you for having me, of course, on the show. I'm humbled and honored to be here, and of course, to embrace the stage with you once again. And listen, don't worry about the avatar, brother. You just adjust and pivot, and you're doing fine. You're doing fine.
Sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So obviously, I just said I'm Whitney Young's in the house. Okay, class of 86, born and raised on the south side of Chicago. My name is Jeff Cade, healthy lifestyle specialist, author, and coach. Award-winning author of the book Battleground Cancer, Managing Your Mental, Physical, and Spiritual Well-Being for the Fight. And you know what? My team and I empower and partner with people to transform their unhealthy choices into an active, vibrant lifestyle. And you know, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go right ahead. We were listening to you. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. And you know, by doing that, we have to really pay attention to the muscle between our ears, right? In terms of that powerful brain, the powerful muscle, our mindset, as well as our diet and nutritional choices, of course, exercise. And my background really stems from the hospitality industry, from the University of Houston, and I worked in Fortune 500 companies for a while. And then I was able to jump off that cliff and build those wings coming down, and ventured into having co-owning a healthy restaurant concept. And even today, even I'm not with that restaurant, that brand anymore, you know, we really focused on high fiber, high protein, low carb meals, no fried foods. And, you know, it's okay to moderate. You know, I like my fried chicken from time to time. You know, it's okay. Right. But at the same time, I want to take a deeper dive into my space in terms of health and wellness, especially now, you guys, as it relates to these last couple years dealing with COVID. I call it the triple C threat: cold, cancer, and COVID. And, you know, when you look at those things, we are always going to be in a battlefield. And I heard you earlier, you know, Brother Art, where we have to suit up in our armor, right? Well, we're in the battlefield of life right now. And it's really about making informed decisions just to make sure that you have mental clarity, acuity, and just make sure that, you know, you're intentional with what you're doing each day as it relates to you and your family and your legacy. So I've been on this journey regarding the space, and really I'm looking forward to sharing and educating people with my content, and just sharing it to the not just locally but globally one day. Maybe even having the book in different languages, because it really is about making sure you truly understand living a healthy lifestyle, because we know your health is your wealth.
Mm-hmm. It really is. Wow. So, Jeff, as you've been on this journey and have learned a lot about yourself and other people as it pertains to health being your wealth, let's talk about some of the three things that are the most important things for us to know in order to maintain this. Because I'm sure the mental aspect probably is the number one component.
I'm glad you said that. Yeah, the 3-step process in my mind to elevate your well-being. And I launched a program, it's called the Ultimate Health and Happiness Program. And I talk about these things, Art, because I truly believe that these ingredients are the recipe to your soul. And I say that because mindset, diet, and exercise are those 3 key ingredients, just to kind of make sure that you are whole, if you will. And knowing those 3 things, knowing and doing are 2 totally different things, right?
Yes, sir.
And when you know better, you should do better.
Right.
And sometimes common sense is not always common. And I think over the years, and I raise my hand to this, over the years, you create this pattern, or this habitual thing that you do all the time, and the pattern becomes a habit, good or bad. But if it's not properly eating, then that's going to catch up with you in the long term. And when it catches up to you, you're dealing with certain complications, and whether it be high blood pressure or obesity or heart disease, inflammation. And when these things happen, then you have such things as cancer. So I talk about these things because I lived it, in terms of watching my parents and other loved ones go through some challenges. And, I truly believe that mindset, the power of the spoken word, right? The power of the spoken word. I love to use daily the power of I am, affirmations. And I use them really with the alphabet. So for example, play with me, if you will, right?
Okay.
So let's look at the letter A in our alphabet, A. Well, I like to say, I am amazing, or I am able, right? And you go down the list, letter B, I am blessed, or the young lady, I am beautiful, right? You go with the letter C, I am a champion, or I am chosen. And you just keep on going down, and you find the words that may fit your personality type, or you may find the words that what you feel that are in your, not just your mindset, but your heart set. And you use these affirmations, you use these words, if you will, and you get down all the way down from A to Z. And before you know it, you have your daily affirmations. And I like to rise in the morning saying certain things throughout the day when I go to bed, because it really gets your mindset going. It starts your day and it ends your day on a high note, because and I know we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us, right? And it's beautiful to know that when you have that faith and that confidence, there's that C, and that courage, there's that C, and you just keep moving with these particular words, because words have power. Words have power. Mm-hmm. And the mindset, and I'm sure you, the audience, and you know this, whatever that mind conceives and believes, it shall achieve. Mm-hmm. Les Brown said that a lot, but I believe the late great Jim Rohn started using those terms, that language, and it just works. It works. It just builds your confidence. It builds your self-esteem. And so I truly believe that, as you said, I agree with you. It starts and ends with the mind, and it's powerful. As it relates to the diet, well, there's all type of diets out there, and I'm not saying choose one or go with the one that works for you. But in terms of just basic things that relate to your diet, let's go back old school. Let's really eat more fruits and vegetables. Let's drink more water. Let's hydrate more. Let's drink more teas, that eradicates toxins. Alkaline water can detoxify you as well. Mm-hmm. But when you start looking at certain things that are not nutritional for you, it's going to long term, it can affect you. Another tip is really try and stay away from GMOs, genetically modified organisms. And there are a lot out there, like potatoes and tomatoes and corn and squash. There's a lot of little things out there. And you know what? The grocery stores, when you go in there, they're not going to say, hey, this is GMO and this is non-GMO. No, you just have to know certain things and maybe choose organic, natural sources of food free of toxins and radicals. Because the more you digest them, as you know, well, hey, that can have a long-term effect with obesity and, as I mentioned earlier, high blood pressure and things of that nature. And you have to understand also your family's history. That is so important. Yes. Understand your family's history. Get those, the checkups at certain time frames in your life. Because sometimes if you don't, check yourself, you will wreck yourself. And that's real. That's real talk.
It is. Jeff, I had a cousin, God rest her soul, but she was on a mission to call as many people as possible in the family who had been diagnosed with cancer to find out, how did they get their cancer? What type of cancer? What were they going through? Because her doctors at the time told her it was most important that you talk to everybody in that lineage to find out if what they went through cancer wise, and even to see if you can research what past ancestors even had when it comes to cancer. She and I were talking and she said, somebody said, oh yeah, she's battling female cancer. Like, what the hell is female cancer? Right. But again, back in the day, people didn't know how to, what it was or the proper name or diagnosis for it. So you're right. Knowing your family health history is important. Kay Renee, what do you think?
Oh, no, without question. Because I think about my late father who had myelofibrosis, which a lot of people don't know that is a blood cancer and it's a form of leukemia. So it's something that I am very aware of, and definitely making sure that getting those proper checkups in those proper age time frames, as Jeff indicated, is very important. Because if the same as you said, if you know better, hopefully you will do better. But it's not about knowledge is power; it's the application of knowledge is power.
Mm-hmm. Jeff, as we move on with this conversation, why are we as African Americans so disadvantaged when it comes to our health numbers, our disparities, just all of that? Why are we so disadvantaged in this day and age? Let's add that in there, brother.
Wow. Yeah, you said a mouthful on that one, Art. That's a very good question. I think obviously, I should not say obviously. Let me strike that from the record. I think it's demographics. I think it's households. It's also maybe peer pressure in terms of what people are eating and they see them. And, it starts off with maybe what can I afford? Maybe it starts off with what I'm used to. And it starts a habitual pattern, short term. And then long term, you're going to have some issues. It could be heart or weight, etc. I also believe, especially when it comes to the household, if the grandparents or parents are not educating their children or even themselves about the importance of healthy choices, nutritional types of food, then longevity will be cut short. Yes. Longevity will be cut short. And I understand that the audience knows that everything is okay in moderation. However, you cross over 30, 40, 50 years of age, things are going to catch up to you. They're going to catch up because we age anyway. Right. And so it's very challenging to, I'm going to say, rewind the tape, rewind the clock, because time marches on. So I think, the household, I think demographics can play a big part, as well as certain type of grocery stores in your community, which kind of relates to demographics. But if you're in a community that, let's say, you don't have a Whole Foods or a Trader Joe's or a healthier optional type of store, and you're going to another store that is pretty much basic, and that's okay. Basic's okay, but there has to be a jewel or something that can offer organic or natural, food that you can choose from. Then if you keep going to a lesser type of valued grocery store, you're going to have those type of foods that you can only choose from. And so I'm so happy, that certain stores are starting to come into our community that we can take advantage of. Now it's about making the choice, because it's all about a decision. And when you don't make a decision, that's still a decision. You just choose not to do it. And so that's right. I really enjoy, and this is just me, I enjoy my broccoli and my asparagus and my kale and greens. I'm not a big fan of green beans, but I'll eat them because they're nutritional for you. And right. if you don't have that access to those vegetables, you're going to have to do something else. I don't know if that's maybe eat more fruit. Sometimes supplements can't take the place of leafy vegetables. I'm sure there's, supplements out there, pills out there that have all these different vitamin K, vitamin D, vitamin E, but I prefer my vegetables. I like to steam and saute, and I'm going to get it in. I feel right now I need to eat more vegetables. I just, spring is here, and everyone is trying to really, especially that COVID has hit us, right? They're trying to get off the couch, maybe minimize the Netflix watching. We can go outside now because, and I'm steering into a different direction. I apologize, but I think a lot of things have gotten to us mentally.
Yes.
It's upset us and our children because we've been in the home for 2 years, almost 3, and we're dealing with the unknown still, even though there's, cases have been reduced, but we're still dealing with the unknown. And right. I know that, the masking has been reduced, and that's great. But at the same time, you still, at the end of the day, you have to take care of yourself. You have to have the right choices to make sure that you are living a healthier lifestyle. But again, everything in moderation. I don't want to take that away. Everything in moderation.
Yes, you've done a great job with this so far. K. Renee, go right on in with the question for our guest before we wrap this segment up, because he did a great job. It makes good sense. It does.
Well, he's a dolphin. I wouldn't expect anything less.
And
please give me a break. Lord have mercy. Yes. Okay.
And you're an Omega. I'm an Omega sweetheart. So there we go.
All right.
But before I ask the question, I love your background. I love the affirmations. You are capable. You are resilient. You are loved. You're forgiving. I love that. Just want to let you know. But who truly inspires you, Jeff? I know that your parents are now part of your ancestry and they're part of your legacy because you represent their legacy. But besides them, who inspires you now to be the best Jeff Cade this universe has ever seen?
Well, I like to really I like education. I'm really about self-growth and self-development. And so there are people that I look to get really extra mental education. And that's really, I mentioned them earlier, Les Brown, John Maxwell, Darren Hardy. There's some people that Jim Rohn, the late great Jim Rohn, Even the late great Bob Proctor, who just passed not too long
Yes,
ago.
my godfather. Yes,
Yes, yes. So there are some those are the giants that really, even Zig Ziglar,
Oh
Zig
yes,
Ziglar.
that
These people.
he was the father of self growth and development.
That's right. That's right. And so
Yes.
when I look at, and John Maxwell was a former pastor. Um, has written many books, but these are individuals. They have different styles, they have different methods, but they have that human touch, that human connection, and it's heartfelt. And so I subscribe to, whether it's different subscriptions, different emails, or streaming services. I like to hear what they have to say. And as you well know too, sometimes you have to surround yourself with positive individuals, because we don't have time for negativity. COVID was negative, right? COVID was
Yes,
negative.
it was.
And COVID can kick rocks. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
And then of course, we can't see our divine being, but we know we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. So Christ, hey, he's Jesus Christ superstar. That's all I'm gonna say. And I have faith. He gives me inspiration. And I just like to make sure that I'm tuned in to those individuals I just named, and of course, our supreme being, our supreme bosses of the universe.
Jeff, I have a question for you. Out of all the accomplishments you've made, writing the book, being such a specialist in lifestyle and making sure people do the right things, what is next for you? Where will you be 5 to 10 years from now? Will there be a TV show on the horizon? Will there be a series of books? Brother,
speak it.
I'm never not amazed when you contact me of the leaps and bounds that you're making and have made. But what's next for you?
I'm gonna start off with that by answering. Right now, at this current moment, this is the launch of a new product that I have. It's called the Ultimate Health and Happiness Program. As we talked about, the 3-step process.
Put it back up there again. Put it back up there again so they can see it without. Okay, there you go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay.
So, that pretty much is a 7-week intensive digital course where I have an actual workbook. I work with them one-on-one coaching. It's a 7-week training program where we talk about, of course, the mindset, diet, and exercise, and give them a digital ebook. And I work with them for 7 weeks. And I think in 8 weeks, you can really, it's about transforming to perform, because I believe my team and I have really the kind of like the solution to your resolution. And so I started off with that, and I'm still working on the funnel page of that, but people can go to 360 health and wellness network.com, 360 health and wellness network.com. I know it's kind of long, but that's actually a page that allows you to kind of look through what I have, and they can submit really their basic information, the email and number, and we can have a strategy discovery call to see if it's right for you, because I'm here to change lives, Art. I'm here to change lives and make sure that I'm part of service. And
very good. So this website that we have for you, Jeff K 360, is that still good too?
Oh yeah, jeffk360.com. That can also take you there. That's pretty much a communication hub, Art, where people can connect with me on my social media outlets, whether it's Facebook, Instagram. They can save my contact information. They can send me a direct text or direct email. They can call me. And it can lead you also into this program here. And it's a digital format, but I'm actually able to talk with people just like now I'm talking to you virtually, if you will, whether it be the Duo app or WhatsApp, and StreamYard, what have you, etc. But that's really first base. And that's from the foundation of the book. And, 5 years from now, I plan to, of course, be on multiple podcasts, maybe even working on something with some people in California to work on a TV show Hopefully that comes to fruition. We're working on that. And if that happens, that's major. That's just major, not just exposure, but it's being able to collaborate with people and to help others, so I could be of service. Because it's not all about working out with dumbbells and jumping rope. Yeah, that's part of it. That's part of exercise. We all have to have that 20 to 30-minute workout.
Right.
But at the same time, I think it's going to be to the point where I'm going to also be having another book. And I think the TV show, I think that will be a different level. And hopefully I'll be invited on your TV show, because you'll have one.
Absolutely, Jeff. I appreciate you so much, brother. You look, leaps and bounds is all I can say about you, really, because you doing the doggone thing. The advice you gave us tonight was just wonderful. In closing, what would you want to say to everyone about continuing the legacy of Black History Month?
I'm going to say this. All of us have our doctors. We all have doctors. And we know, of course, certain doctors like Dr. Oz or Dr. Phil or Dr. Sanjay Gupta, but there's some doctors out there that we may not have heard of. And I want to make sure that I get this out to our audience. And it's Dr. Serds, SERDS. Some people may know about this if they've heard me speak, but Dr. Serds is all around us. It's all around us. So S, sunlight. Natural vitamin D, all around us. Now, not in Chicago right now, though. So, you're going to have to get that vitamin D elsewhere, not Chicago right now. But, and the letter E, we talked about it earlier, is exercise, right? The letter R is rest. We need rest. 7-8 hours of quality sleep will really help you have recovery and more energy in the morning. That letter D from Dr. Serds, diet. There's a lot of diets out there. However, if you choose carefully, you will have good decisions regarding what you're consuming, food and beverage. And I got to add this tip to diet. Please, I challenge you, stay away from high fructose corn syrup. That's right, HFCS, because it's in a lot of things, especially sodas. You diet drinkers out there and Coca-Cola and Pepsi drinkers, I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying, reduce your intake, right? Stay away from that sugar and high fructose corn syrup. And finally, the letter S in Dr. Serds is all about that self-esteem, right? Building that confidence so that we can go out each day and be better today than yesterday, so that our future will be brighter. So I like to say that with Dr. Serds because, he's a great doctor. He's a great doctor.
What a great way to close out Black History Month. And look, I had never heard of that doctor. Look, I thought he was getting ready to bring up some witch doctor or something. I was like, Lord, Jeff done got on my show and done flipped the script on me. No. So yes, that was great. That was outstanding. Ladies and gentlemen, for more information about our guest closing out Black History Month, Mr. JeffK360.com, JeffK360.com. Always a great job. Make sure you guys pick up his book. The Battleground is a great book. He has a new product that he's trying to push as well too. Jeff, we truly appreciate you. We'll have to have you back in June for Father's Day and Men's Health Awareness Month so we can talk to these brothers about getting their health together. Much success to you, and thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank you so much, Art. Thank you so much. And my fellow Dolphin, Renee out there, class of 84. Okay. And again,
very good. Yes.
The book is called Battleground Cancer. You can actually go to battlegroundcancer.com if you choose to, but you can still connect with me at jeffk360.com. Just connect with me and, let's have a conversation. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you.
God bless. Have a wonderful night and be well. Okay. Thank you. Right. What a great way to close out Black History Month.
Thank you so much.
Yes, Mr. Jeff K, you guys. Thank you. Have a great night. Wow, that was Excellent, excellent,
Yes, it
excellent, excellent. Yeah, he was.
was.
Jeff is a great guy. He really is. I'm always so honored to talk to him, and just the work that he does is incredible. Well, Kay Renee, we have gotten to the end of Black History Month. Matter of fact, this will be our second Black History Month of doing this show.
I know. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, we did Black History Month last year. Now we doing this year, and we closing it out. So that's really good. Let's get one of your nuggets of knowledge before we get out of here tonight.
Yes. And this nugget comes from a young lady who was the first African American female to sing at Carnegie Hall. Her name was Matilda Cicera Joyner Jones. And she says, the flowers absorb the sunshine because it is their nature. I give out melody because God filled my soul with it. And this is Motivational Monday. Hashtag sing a song that speaks to your soul.
Ooh, I love it, honey. That's almost like the Song of Solomon. And didn't we have Solomon on earlier today?
Hello.
Didn't we? That was excellent. That really is like the Song of Solomon. Wow. Look, you did the doggone thing. For more information about Kay Renee, please go to karensnuggetsofknowledge.com. karensnuggetsofknowledge.com is where you can find out more information. I apologize for being an avatar tonight, you guys, but the camera went out, so we have to make sure the show goes on. All right, we'll be back next Monday night, which will be March 7th. And we will be kicking off Women's History Month in a big way with some incredible women. The first week out the gate, we're back. For more information about yours truly, please visit therealchatdaddy.com, therealchatdaddy.com. Yes, I'll see you guys Wednesday night at the opening of Alvin Ailey. And then Friday night, I'll be attending my first in-person Black Tie Gala of the year.
Ooh.
Yes, matter of fact, it was the last gala I attended before the world closed down in 2020.
Wow, how about that? Full circle moment.
Full circle moment. Full circle moment. I wonder if they'll remember the outfit from 2020.
You never know, Chat Daddy.
Well, I'm gonna have to wear something else just to make sure. Once photographed, that's a wrap. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's a wrap. Once photographed, it's a wrap. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so very much. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us this Black History Month. We hope that you've enjoyed tonight's show. Thank you to our co-host, the amazing Miss Kay Renee, both of our outstanding guests tonight, Mr. Solomon Dumas and Mr. Jeff Cage. They both were great guests to be able to close out this month. All right. For as I said before, if you've not done so yet, please go over to Facebook and YouTube and subscribe to The Real Chat Daddy Show. It's free. It's easy. It's simple. We really do appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful rest of the week. Happy Women's History Month. And God bless you guys. Tomorrow is Punchki Day. Is it Fat Tuesday tomorrow as well, too?
It is.
And Wednesday is Mardi Gras.
Oh, my goodness. So much.
I'm going to have a Mardi Gras party. How about that?
And people, please be safe out there. Our prayers go out to the residents of Ukraine, as well as, we're still in this pandemic, y'all. If you can wear your mask, I'm wearing mine in November 2025, but please be safe out there. We're still not out of the woods yet.
Right. We're not. All right, you guys, we love you all so very much. We'll see you next Monday night. Thank you. Have a beautiful time. Kay Renee, stay fabulous, my love.
You stay loving as well, Chat Daddy.
All right. See you guys later. Bye. Uh-oh, wait.
Show. It's the real Chat Daddy Show. It's the real Chat Daddy Show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy